A letter from Marshall to the Marshal. If you're reading this, I'm dead. Welcome to the command staff. Now get your act together. If you don't, people are going to die. First thing you gotta do, find reliable soldiers. Do whatever it takes to hold on to them. There will always be more rookies. There will always be more laborers. There will probably even be another alchemist. But soldiers hold the Legion together. Find winter quarters. Something with hard walls and lots of coal. Find a chosen and stick to them like fleas on a dog. There's never everywhere, and a chosen can hit never hard enough that you might get to sleep through a night. If Sarah Colley's somehow alive, lean on her. Unit's better than nothing. And if there's another chosen, I don't know, you're command staff now, make your own fucking mistakes. Finally, don't fucking die. You're no longer expendable. I didn't die on Azar's account, and neither should you. But if he put you in this role, he believes in you like he believed in me. Now get moving, Marshall.
Hello, this is Brendan. I know you don't usually hear me, at least in this context, right after the opening theme song, but I wanted to drop in here because we're doing something a little peculiar. You might expect this to be a downtime episode because we just finished a mission, but we are doing 2 missions at this location because we were supposed to have had a mission at the capital, and we didn't because we played Kingdom instead. And so in order to make up for that, to make sure that the group is getting the fair number of missions that they're supposed to get for a campaign of Band of Blades, there are 2 missions at this location, which is why you're about to hear another mission and not a downtime episode, which you wouldn't know yet because you haven't listened to the episode yet, but I'm here to prime you, to like get you ready to be like, hey, if you're in downtime mode right now, get into mission mode. It's time to go on a mission. So I'm going to throw to Matthew in the episode, who's about to tell us about the mission that we're about to go on. Thanks for listening to OATHSWORN. Take it away, Matthew.
Assault Powerful Undead. Gemma's map of the Alikari Bridge is both somehow more detailed and less detailed than you'd expect. It's a massive, sturdy structure that crosses a vital gap, providing one of the few paths to Skydagger. Over the bridge, Gemma has drawn the silhouette of a perfect, hitless knife. The Chosen is going to hold the path. We can cross, but it's sure to draw attention. Lots of attention. Mission criteria. You have enough of a lead on the Never that crossing the bridge isn't in question. What is in question is whether they can pursue at speed. Deploy 2 squads on this mission, one to hold the bridge's entrance, and the other to support you directly, as the Never attempt to pursue. Prevent the Never from crossing, while the army and the refugees finish getting to the other side.
Commander, you may ask the GM questions based on current intel.
Sure. So the questions I went with one at a time again?
Yes, please.
Sure. So the first one is, how does our chosen feel about these missions?
Gavin, I'm curious about your answer to this question. What do you think Udet thinks about this situation?
So, Udet's an isolationist,
Mhm.
which means she's annoyed that she has to help all these people who aren't Mitzrayim. Doesn't mean that she won't. It's just that there's a little bit, maybe a lot of bit of resentment for having to do this.
Mhm.
I don't think she really cares about the mission we just finished.
I think that's happening concurrently in our timeline here.
Yeah. But the question is, how do they feel about the missions, plural,
fair.
right?
Yeah.
So I think she has no real ties to that village and doesn't.
But I thought she was interested in star stuff, or at least commented on it.
She was interested in this new chosen that exists.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, she seems very practical in a way that, like, if stuff directly affects the situation, then she's invested in it.
Yeah. Practical in like a fatal flaw sort of way.
Yeah. Imagining for a second that it's just Mitzrayim here. How do you think she feels about this force of never that is like crashing down on this position? Is she like confident that she has what it takes to hold them off? Is she calm and determined? Like what is she like when she gets ready for battle in this way?
Oh, that's a good question.
I kind of think of her as like determined and ready to do the job simply because that is what she exists to do.
Yeah.
And that position doesn't allow for doubt or second guessing.
She definitely doesn't show any fear. But I think also what might be surprising to the Consonant Legion is that she's not exactly tactically minded either. Like she's prepping her weapons, but and just gonna stand in between these two towers here. She's not like surveying the land for like rock falls or avalanches or thinking about how we could put demolition charges on the bridge. She's like, I'm going to stand here and the never are going to stop where I'm standing.
That makes sense. Commander, what is your second intel question?
What's the main weakness of the undead's position on this mission?
I think, in a weird way to follow up what we just said about Udet, it's that they're doing the same thing. The forces of the voice of the dead god have the Never Inquisitors. Whisper has idols and, to an extent, Hexed that can understand, can perceive, can make decisions, and then act, even direct others as part of that. But the forces that are at your heels are ruins, and they are not tactical. It is more like a wave is crashing down on you rather than being surrounded or flanked or outmaneuvered. They are simply surging forward. And if there's a way to take advantage of that primal kind of instinct, then that might be your ticket to victory. Marshall, tell us who is on this mission. We have 2 squads.
Yeah. So for the specialists, we have Kaio, who's going to be leading the mission. We've got Nabane and Aoife, and they're going to be chilling with the Ember Wolves. And on the Ember Wolves at the moment is Obeek, the sibling of Kaio, Tyre, Bowie, Ivan, and I don't think I've ever said this name out loud. Shoogt. How do you spell that? Or how do you say that?
Shoogt.
And since we need 2 crews for this one, That's going to be the group that's going to be joining Udet to fight off the Never. And then to hold the bridge is going to be the Grinning Ravens with Dorado and a bunch of nameless rookies.
Awesome. I have in Miro the spot within the mountains on the Olakari bridge.
Oh, look at this.
Should get some icons. I've almost certainly got some for a few of you already.
I'm a backpack. Nabane's a backpack.
You are a backpack.
I just see a lonely backpack in the snow.
Yep, that's it. That's Nabane.
The brain's got the bridge. We're good.
I feel
Just to
like
chug 4 tonics and fight God.
me on a Friday.
I mean, that's pretty much what Lance did on the last mission.
I guess so.
True.
I guess so. I feel like I must have had an Aoife icon already. But
Like an eye or something?
Oh, it might
Thought
have
it was
been an
an
eye,
eye.
yeah. Who's playing who here? I believe you're all playing people in the primary squad. I think that's how we agreed we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm going to be playing Aoife.
I'm gonna be Kaio.
I'm Nabane.
And I'm Obeek.
Obeek, okay. What do we think Obeek's icon would be?
Chris?
Some kind of a firearm, a gun. Considering
Yeah.
He loves
He made
guns.
he
Does
showed
he?
up and immediately. I don't know that he loves guns, but I just associate them with him because he showed up and then immediately roasted Kaio about not having any aim, having terrible aim.
I mean,
And he's got 2 shoot.
Exactly.
yeah, fair.
Kaio
fair.
has none.
How many
It's fine.
does Shukt have?
I've never looked at this sheet before.
Shukt, I think, is still just base rookie. I don't think we've put any extra points
Yeah,
into
Fair,
them.
fair.
Nope.
Oh my god, there's so many gun icons.
Shoot is Kai Morty with Hardy and Well Traveled.
Mm.
That helps.
Nice.
That's all we have statted for Shoot.
Okay. I don't know if
I
I'm
think
going
we
to
can-
do icons for all
I
of
think
them.
before you've used, if you look at where we went back to the star, I think you just used knives for the rookies.
Yeah, I think that's the case. But if Obeek
Just get little minions.
No.
banana
Jesus.
as the never crushes down. Banana.
I've never seen a Minions movie. I don't even know what they do.
Good.
honestly.
Keep it that way.
So the only thing you need to know about the Minions movie is that
what a
from
phrase.
1930 to 1960,
What?
they
When they
disappeared.
first came out?
Oh, right. Yeah,
They
yeah.
hibernated
Yeah.
because their whole thing is they find the evilest person in existence
Oh,
and help that person.
wait.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they
That's
did that so
accurate.
that they didn't show up during World War II?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. This is canon. This is what happens in the Minions prologue, like the Minions movie prologue.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
This is what RPGs is really about. It's just like moving little pictures around. So let me talk a little bit about this map. This map that we're looking at, that of course the listener can't see, is of sort of a snowy cliff bounded on the north and south sides by big craggy cliffs. It drops off at a precipice, but there is a enormous stone bridge, ancient in construction, but still very sturdy, crossing the gap between here and the other side, which provides, as we said in the briefing, relatively easy access to Skydagger Keep. It is about as wide across as like a 6-lane highway. And it has these really, really big kind of like walls on both the north and south sides, as well as like periodic sort of buffers down the bridge itself to sort of break up the wind. And so while you're on the wind, you don't feel nearly as much of the wind strength as you would have if you're actually in between these two mountains. On the north and south side of the entrance of the bridge, there's these two like 2-story. They're not even like properly towers. They're really just sort of like upraised defensive positions that you can go inside. It's large enough for people to like crowd in and sort of hunker down from the cold. while people are waiting, and there's access to the roof so you can look down into the battlefield below. But the mountains on either side tower far, far above either of those. Do people have questions about the map that they would like to ask? Or about just the position writ large?
Yeah, so Udet and them are going to be on the bridge, and we're going to be, for the map purposes, for people listening, to the left of there, because that is the direction that the Never are coming from.
The Never are coming from the left, but where you are is up to you.
Okay.
This is your mission. You can dictate where it is that you think you would like everyone to be. I think that is a sensible kind of arrangement, but it is not by any means the only arrangement. I think a lot of how that gets deployed might come down to the engagement role. In the meanwhile, if people have chosen who they're playing, tell me what load you're bringing for this mission and what special items you might have.
Yeah, I'm going heavy. I am picking a fine heavy weapon. Winter clothing because of the special rules about this zone.
I'm taking normal load because I have the Iliander Lightfoot trait, so I'm always light-footed, even with normal load. I'm taking my big-ass gun. I'm taking some winter clothing. I think she's taken her ghillie suit and, like, put a bunch of, like, pine needles and shit on it, so now she looks like a fucking Christmas tree. And I come with 3 black shot, and I don't have any more other utility because I'm bringing a crimson shot.
Let's go.
Yeah.
A bullet made of star stuff.
Let's go.
Awesome. And to be clear, you have one of those?
I think so, because every time I shoot it, I get a trauma.
Uh-huh.
Normal and good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I would too, so yeah.
Nabane, gonna go heavy. If we're gonna get black shot, then I think what I'm gonna do is go winter clothing and shield. And then I always have my reliquaries.
All right.
I've got a fine shield, a climbing kit, a musket, winter clothes, and I'm also going to take reliquary.
Yeah, reliquary is a good call. I don't think I have enough utility to take reliquary, so I will take winter clothing and oil. Who knows if we set something on fire again?
Might be hard, but worth it.
Might be.
Yeah, we'll see.
Marshall, assemble the dice pool and make an engagement roll.
Is everyone on the mission oathsworn to the Legion?
No.
Nope.
Oh yeah, who
You dead.
You
You that?
Yeah, they are not.
All right. Did the commander spend 1 intel to get you advanced information?
I will. So that puts us down to 1.
Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier? No. Does anyone on the mission distrust or disrespect the leadership enough to disobey orders? Not that I know of.
No one named.
You dead? Does she count?
Fuck.
I mean, I don't think we have any delusions that we're going to be ordering Udet around. I think Udet's just here.
If someone does go like, if Kaio does go like, okay, we need to move this now, and then says that to Udet's like, nah, I'm on the bridge, fam. Good, have a good time. Like, bye.
We did order Sarah Colley around, and she did follow them.
She did.
Oh. All right. Our required specialist not assigned to the mission. So it's assault, right?
We have both versions.
Did the quartermaster equip the legionnaires with black shot?
Yes.
Is any legionnaire starting the mission wounded? Take 1
Yup.
-1 die, and definitely yes.
Sure am.
On Aoife's sheet, it says level 1 harm guilty. I don't remember what that's from.
Because we destroyed a bunch of cultural artifacts, making a minefield to distract the Never back in the Arcadian forest.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
All right, that brings us back down to 0 dice. And then we get +2 because of the other thing.
That's the +2 dice to the engagement roll from the Lore Keeper's previous Tale of the Legion.
So we are at 2 dices.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Love to see it.
6 and a 1, so,
Six and a
No,
one.
it's good.
it's a fun roll.
I'll take a 6.
It sure
Don't
is.
hit the other one.
So, what time of day do you think this is?
I like the idea of it being like really bright.
Like snow glare bright.
Yeah.
Like middle of the morning.
I mean, I probably just, fucking crippled myself as the sniper, but that aesthetically seems cool to me.
Sure,
Maybe
sure.
you're borrowing Suleimon sunglasses. It's fine.
Oh, that's
You can't see out of those.
No, absolutely.
They just make everything like a nice like purple color.
So yeah, middle of the morning, the sky is clear, the wind has died down, and I think you can see them coming clearly. You can tell that this is the vanguard. This is the advance forces of Ruin's army. And I it's something I think that we've, sort of gestured at pretty frequently, but haven't highlighted in quite a while, which is that these are not a special type of never. These are not hexed or grafted or something that has been like infused with special power or special will of its own. These are just never. These are just people who have had their own sense of identity sort of drained away, that are stumbling, shambling, heedless of the cold, heedless of their own bodies, that seem to be murmuring, that seem to be whispering, that seem to be hissing in this sort of nonsense, syllabic kind of babble, trudging their way slowly through the snow by the dozens, marching towards the bridge. And you can tell, I think, that there is more behind them, but this is what you have to face right now. What do you do?
So I put us in a formation. Is this what we want for a formation, or should we, maybe get in the cliffs a bit?
So Aoife and Obeek on the towers, and then Kaio and Napain on the ground.
Yeah. That's what I've drawn up. But
Oh yeah, that seems to make sense.
Real quick point of clarification. Is it the case that there are currently refugees crossing the bridge? Are they like just off screen to the right?
I don't think they're just off screen, but I think that the army and the refugees are still in the process of making their way across.
Got it.
The bridge is like several miles
Real
across.
big. Yeah.
It's very long.
Yeah, and I'm sure that folks began to cross as soon as you got there, but it's a ways and it's slow going.
Is there like a time clock for this, or?
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Why don't we put together a time clock?
These never icons.
Yeah, never.
Shamblingzombie.png.
They're so goofy looking though.
Oh, that's literally the icon name. Delightful.
Yeah, all of this courtesy of game-icons.net, a really useful resource for this sort of thing. Here's a clock for people safely across the bridge. It is 12 steps. And you know what? I'll honor the fiction and say it's been ticked twice already, because that is the situation we've set up. There's another clock that is 8 steps that is simply labeled question marks on the other side.
Okay. My thing is I think I feel like we should block their path, but there's a part of me that I think might be influenced by that guilt that Kaio has, that doesn't want to block the path for any people who might later be coming this way.
Behind the never?
We're not bringing up the caboose, are we? We're not the last people who might ever go this way, are we?
I think that's very optimistic of Kaio.
Can optimism be fueled by guilt?
Yes.
Yup. So yeah, that's what's stopping me from being let's just avalanche them. Or rock slide them. Although Kaio would probably say that to, everyone else, just being I don't want to, I think Kaio could be talked out of this because that is extremely optimistic of them.
Well, I'm more interested in, if Kaio sees that that's a possibility and rejects it, what does Kaio do instead?
Yeah. That's what I'm not sure of, because it's I guess we just do we just fight them? Because I don't want to just throw rookies at them until they stop. We're outnumbered, and I don't want to just give them more forces.
We can barricade the entrance. We can set up charges not on the sides, but on the path.
Mm,
Yeah, if we like cause like an avalanche or something like that, it'll make it harder for people to pass, but not impossible.
like, I guess
doesn't
bottleneck
have to-
them? I don't know.
It doesn't have to. Well, we have to bottleneck them. Like
Yeah.
that, period.
Yeah.
But we could set up like remote charges. They don't have to be mines. They could just be like we've got plungers behind UDET or something.
Yeah, I think then that probably of like setting up charges on somewhere on the path so that we at least like, I don't know if we want to get them towards or away from the edges. I guess away from, because then they're all forced into a smaller area to focus on.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get them all in a line, and then I'll use my Crimson Shot to shoot through all of them at
Exactly. There you go.
Odysseus, that shit.
Yeah, we'll try to line them up. And like how, because you said the little not quite tower things are like 2 stories.
Yes.
How much further out can Aoife or Obeek see from in there, or is the pass sort of going to the west? I don't know that that's west. Going left.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, west.
Oh no, wait, yeah, it is because we're going east generally. Yeah, is the path going west like too winding, or can they like look out from there and sort of try to scope out what else is coming? Because
I think the problem
we
is
know that there's some.
So it's a
Go
clear
ahead.
day. We established that. I think people can
Mhm.
see pretty clearly. I think the problem is there's a crest. These are the forces that you
Yeah.
can see coming over the crest. Anything else is like further down the mountain. And so the mountain itself is blocking your view.
That makes sense. Something to work on though, because I would love to know what is coming later.
Sure.
Also, if it's completely clear, it's probably so cold.
It's pretty cold. Is everyone wearing winter clothing?
I believe
I am.
so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure. Okay.
Yeah,
So it
that
sounds
one.
like you're planting demolition charges on one side of the mountain. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Is Kaya doing this?
Yeah, I got a point and rack. I may as well.
So
Or, I don't know if this will be rigged, but I have both, so
I think this is rig.
okay.
And here's the thing. I think it's one stress to have the flashback to have like had this opportunity.
I've done this.
But I
Yep.
but I think
Sure.
because it's Kaio, because of the guilt that you're feeling of like, yeah, but we are going to block this path. It's too stress.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Too stress.
I'll help.
Yeah, I'm sure Kaio and Obeek have done this before,
Sure.
right? So as like the rest of the Legion and the refugees and the Mitzrayim group are like all starting to get across the bridge, it's like once they're past this point, we're just like following up and setting these charges.
Mhm.
Heck yeah. All right. So what's position and effect here?
Controlled standard.
Great. I have a fine wrecking kit. Does that make it great?
It does.
Wow. Delightful. And then
How
I
many dice do you have right now?
I have 2 in rig, and then with Obeek's help, that's a 3rd.
I could pass you a tonic if you want a 4th.
Just tonic gives you dice?
Now it does.
Oh, sorry. Only potency. So you're
Yeah.
great. So no use.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I
You
would
can go up
rather
to
hold off.
extreme.
Yeah, you can
in
go up to
this,
extreme in this game.
Could go up to extreme. I feel like great's okay, and I'd rather keep the tonic for the inevitable harm that I'm
I
sure
have
is coming.
4 tonics, so
Oh,
don't
hell
worry
yeah.
about that.
Hell yeah.
I'd like this to go as well as possible. You want a tonic? I'll give you a tonic.
I would rather use the tonic to get rid of my harm,
Okay.
because I would like to feel less guilty about things so that I can fuck up never.
Nabane, when can you
wait.
do that?
When can I do which?
Use a tonic to get rid of a level 1 harm.
You can spend 1 use of tonics to remove appropriate level 1 harm for any one person on your mission. It literally does not say when.
Okay, so it sounds like at any time, right?
Yes.
So I would say if you wanted to, you might notice that Kaio is like acting particularly guiltily.
sure, as they're setting up bombs.
Yeah. Has like the imagining like the Me Plaza version of Kaio. Just has like
Sure.
a deeply guilty expression on face, sweat drops pouring out.
Very furrowed brow.
Yeah.
And
Nabane
How many
might-
tonics do you get?
I have 4.
Yeah. And so I don't think it would be enough to negate the additional stress that it'll take to have this flashback. But I think because I opened that possibility, Nabane could give Kaio a tonic to relieve the feeling of guilt? That's kind of bad.
I think what the how we've done this before is that it's not actually the tonic, right?
Right.
Nabane's saying something.
Sure. Okay.
We had a scene with this with I think Aoife previously.
Yeah.
Aoife was
Well,
like depressed or something.
Like despairing or something.
Here's the thing. I brought that up because I am also guilty.
Guilty. Yeah.
So I was wondering if there could be like a scene where like Aoife and Kaio are like nervously discussing the ethics of all of this. And Nabane just walks in.
Here's what I'll say. I'm happy for that to be true if Nabane takes a 1 stress flashback.
Sure, happy to.
Cool.
Okay. Should I do this roll and then we can play that out if y'all want to?
Sure. I don't think we have to play that out explicitly, but yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
yeah,
this is
this rig roll.
3d6 controlled great rig. There's a 6.
Nice.
Ah.
Very good. Very good.
I don't think we need to do the whole thing. I think just the strat that Nabane has here, the way that he approaches this is just noticing that this conversation is happening, coming up with like, you know, a couple swigs of whiskey basically for each of them, and just pointing out the fact that like you can still see the mass of refugees that we're helping get past. And like, sure, we've all done things we regret here, but we are safeguarding the future of the culture by doing this.
Then I'm picturing Aoife and Kaio both doing a shot and then doing like some sort of complicated like handshake and then like chanting something.
Just a cheers thing, or like when you like link arms and then drink.
Yeah.
I like the idea that like we set up these minds though, and like Kaio and Obeek, I feel like probably move pretty easily together because it's like, oh, it's kind of like old times.
Yeah.
But like Nabane see Kaio, you know, pretty guilty and doubt ridden before, so it's like, no, that's not great. And then the tonics thing happens.
I like it.
Nice.
Okay. The minds are in place. They're gonna do some damage, but I think we need a rec roll to set them off.
Sure.
Is this someone else aside from Kaio, do we think?
I feel like it's probably also me. Like maybe we've set them up so that they go off in sequence, like from the front back, like once they never reach a point.
Sure.
Right. So like getting away from us. Ooh, I worry now about this. But yeah, I can do that. Maybe just having like Aoife and Obeek just sort of like call it for when they've reached the, you know, closest point.
Yeah, I can help again for that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Sure.
Take that help, and you got a 6 great result on the previous thing. Take two assists from that. So it's controlled standard.
Ooh.
3 benefits.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Wow. Okay. I guess I will make it controlled great with 3 dice.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I want 3 dice. I only have 1 in rack.
Rack them up.
4.
4. Okay.
2, 4, 2. Avray, you motherfucker.
Still really good.
They already gave us 2 6s, so we can't.
That's true.
We can't talk shit
That's
yet.
true.
We can't.
We could have just rolled 6s all night, and
You
then
could have.
Avery betrays us.
Avray's like Udet. You can't tell her what to do.
Indeed. So bombs go off just as planned. The rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yay!
Just as planned.
My new character is.
Bob too. Yeah, rocks, snow, fall. none of them never even like look up. None of them flinch or react or try to flee or anything like that. They are just buried in this rubble, and the terrain goes up like 10 or 12 feet in this space. I think you could see like a couple of them like squirming in there, but none of them are like trying to get any closer or anything like that. However, Kaio, you were in this spot right here, right?
I am at the front.
Yeah. Kaio's always in the front. A couple of things happen. One is I'm going to tick this question marks clock once. And the other thing that cannot be resisted. The thing that can be resisted is in your position where you've detonated all of these explosives, roots begin to creep up from the ground and ensnare your legs.
There we go. Okay. Would love to not get tangled up in that.
Okay.
I would love to resist that.
Give me an insight resist.
Oh, that's not ideal. Okay.
Because you're doing something in the middle of this. I think you need to realize that it's going on.
Okay, it's happening as I'm doing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. That's
You've got 2 insight. That's not bad.
That's true. I only wish I could be protecting someone instead.
Sure.
I'm so much better at that. Okay, that's fine.
So it happens when you
Sure.
decide to do everything yourself.
Well, I'll take one stress.
Yeah, take one
Okay.
stress. How do you free yourself from these roots?
Because it's happening as I'm doing the explosion, the exploded thing.
Yeah, you're literally
I just-
pressing the plunger on the Wile E. Coyote Acme box.
I think it's just knowing like Kyle like glancing down at the roots between like looking up at the Never and waiting for the go ahead from Obeek, and just like looking at them and being like, no, I can break through that.
Nice.
And then pressing the plunger and just stepping, like tearing out of it. Does that, gets out of it, and then just like turns around and is just like, okay, well, they've already reached here. Can you two still see past the rocks now? Can they?
Maybe. That sounds like a scout roll.
Oh boy.
I have one in scout.
I have 1 in scout too.
I have 0, but I can help. I don't know how, but I can.
Are we just doing a group scout where we all just look?
Yeah, let's do a group scout because I also can apply my my eye to this roll to see if we can spot anything invisible or supernatural.
Ooh.
Are you leading it then?
Probably shouldn't. Probably should save Aoife's stress for the.
All right. Nabane can
gun.
lead it.
Yeah. Okay.
Save the
Nabane
stress
with
for
his-
the gun.
Nabane with his 0 scout is going to lead this look around roll.
Also, yes, I'm going to tick the people get safely across the bridge clock
Oh, sick.
for a successful wreck. Absolutely.
Nice.
Um,
If anybody wants to push the, can you assist someone on a when there's a group action happening?
no.
No.
You can,
just
but I wouldn't worry about it. We're going to roll enough dice here.
Oh, it's just that like when I assist someone, their pushes only cost 1 stress. So if Nabane wanted to push himself, it would only cost you 1.
Oh.
Oh,
That
yeah. I
splits some
guess
of
if
the
you
stress.
did participate in the group action, then you could assist in that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kaio cannot be scouting and instead just like if Nabane wants to go up to the rocks and scout that
Sure,
way, then
yeah.
Kaio can at least like defend him so that, nothing gets
Sure.
at him while he's doing that.
Sure, that's fun.
Kyle can be like, Nabane, take 45 degrees. Aoife, take 60 degrees. Obeek, take 75 degrees
Oh,
in
that's
terms of
fun.
like angles of
Yeah, yeah.
focus.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I'll take a stress. You take a stress.
Sure.
And then you have 1 die.
Now I have 2 die, right? Because you help me, that's 1, and then I push
This is true.
myself for 2.
Yes.
Cool. I think this is controlled limited. I think you're still in a controlled position, but you've literally avalanched the place
Yeah.
where you're trying to see.
And doing this as a group action doesn't help with the limitedness.
I mean,
could you take my assist as
Yeah, could I take it as
effect.
effect?
I think
Would that
that's
be okay?
that's the way to do it. Yeah.
yeah,
Okey-dokey.
take it as effect rather than dice.
And my eye just helps narratively, not so much like mechanically.
No, I think your eye,
magic
your eye gives you potency here. I think that increases your effect.
Okay.
Oh.
But only
now
Aoife's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're at controlled standard. I've got a dice. I'm leading a scout.
Or wait, I guess that doesn't make sense. This is a group action. I'm sorry.
No.
It's okay.
Okay, no. You're right.
You'd have to set up in order to change.
Okay,
way.
yeah. Matthew's original call was right. Everyone doing it as a group negotiates the limited up to a standard. That makes sense.
Okay, cool.
And then Devin is right. The eye is just narrative. I'll color it after the roll.
Cool. So I have 2 dice then. Oh my god, something
Hey!
just happened.
No stress.
Cool, yeah, no stress.
No stress.
Mixed success in terms of what happens.
Okay.
All right, so I climb up on Kaio's shoulders. I get a piggyback ride. No, I think I just clamber up the side of some rocks.
You can sit on their shoulders like it's a concert.
Yeah, exactly. What do the folks see?
You know when you look at the air above a fire, how there's like a weird distortion?
Sure.
You can see that coming up from the side of the mountain. And I think and you can see something moving, not at speed, but with great energy. With great like kind of like a frantic kind of shuffle. Like if a penguin was really mad.
Okay.
Up the side of the mountain. Aoife, I think you can see that there are like rows of those shadow giants on either side of the pass, just sort of like looking down.
Cool.
Okay. Nabin goes, Captain, there's something weird and magical coming up the pass.
Can you be any more specific?
Do you know what a penguin is?
No?
Well, it's sort of shuffling like, what if a penguin was on fire? It's a big bird, flightless.
Several pairs of embers
Oh, pears. Okay.
begin trudging through the snowdrift that you've created in this pass. They are not charging. They're not running on top of the thing, but their innate heat. Remember, these are like horse skeletons that are also on fire.
Right.
But they seem to be like crowded together in twos. You're not sure why, but they are moving, stomping through the snow in some way, melting it as they go. You're still in a controlled position, but not for long. What do you do?
Can I spook the horses with a gunshot?
Maybe. They've proven very spookable in the past.
We know they're only spooked by like some. It was not what you would think, right? I remember there was something in the Neverdex about how these are frightened, but of things that are also frightened.
I think it was that things that are frightened draw them in.
Mm-hmm. They are drawn to sources of fear.
Yeah, they're repulsed by like being super confident.
That is absolutely true.
Okay.
So yeah, Eva, what do you want to do here?
I mean, I can't really shoot them with confidence.
Can you shoot the ones?
Eva,
can you shoot? Can you shoot the ones furthest back with reliquaries that they might get scared of and draw the further forward ones to them?
I don't think I could shoot a reliquary.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think you mean Blackshot.
That works. That's
stuff
the
a
one.
reliquary into your sniper rifle.
I was just reading the. I was on the campaign sheet and I was like, Blackshot religious supplies. Shoot religious supplies.
I'm always
Isn't there a guy in a Trigun that has a big crucifix gun?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
There is, yes.
Is that why it's called Trigun? Is the Father, Son, the Holy Gun?
Yeah, that's it. That's why Nicholas
Oh,
Wolfwood,
really?
the one good character.
No,
exists.
not really, Chris.
Listen, is this an anime? I don't know what's happening.
I thought it was weird
okay.
that Vash knives at the end after the whole thing.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay. I'm gonna make a shoot roll. So I think I'm trying to think like what would I carry bullets in this setting?
Mouth.
So
So it's like a little
Doesn't have to
wallet
be
of
your
bullets.
mouth.
have we described like what Blackshot looks like?
I don't think
'Cause
we have.
I've described so in the campaign that fell through that I played previously that Mitzrayim are from. Blackshot was sort of just a dirt and like hay that was like packed around and into like a iron like basketball grid thing.
What?
Okay.
Like
Like a little
okay.
cage?
Yeah, like cage. That's the
You know, like a tea infuser? Like a tea infuser with a looser mesh.
Tea infuser. Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you meant like a basketball court.
No. Like imagine the black part of a basketball was just the basketball. Like that sort of shape of cage.
Right. So it's like a little musket shot, as if it was a tiny little cage with dirt and hay stuffed inside.
Yeah, and the dirt is the actual Blackshot, like it's mud or something.
I always imagine it more as some sort of like charcoal or something that was like dredged from the earth.
Like they burned some alchemical weird stuff and then collect those ashes, and that's the shot.
I like it being kind of chalky.
We talked about early on. We talked about like you having to like break the Blackshot like a glow stick or something.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was
I
yeah.
forgot about this.
What's our own lore?
I'm here as an external memory device.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have none of that. Yeah, but I was trying to think of like what kind of container would I find all these in?
Probably just like, some sort of canvas or like cured skin.
Yeah, just like a little like wallet that has like slots in it for charges.
Maybe not even slots. It might just be loose, which is super dangerous.
I like the loose then because I think she accidentally grabs the crimson shot bullet first, and just
Oh my God.
just like having it in her hand, suddenly for like a couple seconds she experiences just like the worst vertigo she's ever felt in her life.
Oof.
And she's like somebody who like climbs trees, like she's not scared of heights like in the least, but it almost feels like holding this bullet in her hand feels like she's in the sky or on top of a mountain, and just it's an overwhelming feeling, even if she's not even looking at anything. It's like physical. And she instantly is like, oh, fuck that. Not time for that yet. And pulls out a regular bullet of Blackshot. Well, if I'm just trying to spook these things, I could just use like regular ammo, right? I don't have to expend a Blackshot here.
Blackshot gives potency.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will spend
a lot.
Okay, because I have my 3 that I come with, and then I get the extra because of the quartermaster, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Damn, I'm not gonna worry about it at all then. I'm gonna do just a normal ass shoot.
Okay.
I have 3 dice in it.
Controlled. I think still limited here.
Okay, and I get potency
the
for
Blackshot?
the Blackshot.
Oh, with Blackshot, it brings it up to standard.
Cool. Risky. Controlled standard's great.
Controlled standard.
6.
Hey.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay. With a 6, you don't shoot either of them. You manage to hit the thing that's hanging between the two of them,
Oh hell yeah.
which is like this big urn of oil that it goes up in this
Ooh.
enormous conflagration, which does 2 things. It causes both of these things to like burn up and scream, which inexplicably, as we said, draws the other 2 closer because they're like, oh, something bad is happening here. Let's go towards that. But it begins to melt a lot of the snow that's around here, clearing the pass.
Well, if we can curate a path, then we can bottleneck them even more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely true. I'm ticking this clock over here once because time has passed. What does everyone else do?
I was going to suggest a big group shoot. Just like not trying to be specific, but like as they're melting the zomboids free, just try to put some Blackshot in them to stop that.
Like focusing on the embers or just everywhere? Just all of them?
I mean, it seems like basically we've got a wall of never. And so I think anywhere you shoot, that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, that's true and fair. Oh yeah, because most of what came down was snow from the
Mostly.
explosions. Okay. Yeah, okay. Shooting makes sense. I can't super help you there.
No, it's fine.
I have-
I have 3 shoot.
What?
Aoife I have 3 shoot. Nabane has 3 shoot.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah, Nabane's a
Nabane's
monster.
a fucking
Nabane.
killer.
Yeah. And I have a fine pistol, so
Oh my god.
yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah, Nabane's a real Trigun.
Oh my god. I would need 2 more guns for that to be true, which is the real reason it's called Trigun. Anyway.
I have 3 guns on my sheet.
You sure do. You're Trigun. Anyway, my suggestion is a group shoot here. Just because that feels like narratively what would progress like the good clocks.
Yeah. I do want to find out if we can find out yeah, sorry. This can wait for later. Yeah, shooting good. You shoot.
I'll lead it because I think that I'm the one with shoot of being Waloot and Aoife just shot.
Waloot?
Sorry,
No,
Oh my god.
Jesus, I was gonna do it right today, but I didn't. I'm the one
You
with
have external
shoot,
memory,
Kyle,
but not memory in the moment.
No, yeah, that's the problem.
Well, is there any reason why Aoife can't keep shooting here?
I don't know if Brennan will
I don't
let
see
us.
why not.
Sure. Controlled standard.
Okay.
Like bring
Controlled standard.
fucking Obeek into it too. Obeek's fucking
Yeah,
Well, I
this is a
think-
group shoot.
Yeah. I think it's the three
Kaio's
of
the one with the
us-
least shoot here. Yeah.
I think it's the 3 of us plus the rookies shooting because I don't think Kaio even has a gun, does she?
Nope.
Yeah.
They have a flare gun.
Yeah, that's not what this is for. They can wait.
I can protect from things. That's fine.
Well, assumably you just gave the order. Like everybody line up and just shoot into that wall of never.
Yeah, maybe
That also
maybe
makes
you
sense.
see the opportunity made by the like path clearing a little bit, figuring that they're all going to start to go down the one path and
Yeah, I mean,
Make a-
they literally
Sure.
ran into like the clearing.
Mm-hmm. There's just slush and it's gross.
Yeah.
So everybody's using black shot here, and we're in a group, which I think is going to take us from limited to great. Yes,
Sounds
Were
about
we
right.
at standard?
We were at,
we're at limited.
That's right. No, you're at standard because
Okay.
the limited was
The
coming
snow.
from the path not being clear, and now it's clear because you blew it up.
Oh. Well, then
So-
I think we might be extreme then.
I think you
controlled
might be right.
extreme.
But these things are tier
Good
2,
lord.
so yes, you kind of need that.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yep,
So, does that just put them at controlled great?
that's true.
Because they need
Yep,
that
that's
one
how
of
that
those
works.
to get to.
Yeah.
I also have a fine pistol. Does that matter, or would everybody have to have a fine?
I think
weapon
everyone has to
in a
have
group
one.
shot? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Which we do not.
Yeah.
Does my previous thing count as a setup action?
It does. In
Yeah,
that
that's-
it changed the situation.
Okay,
from
it changes
limited
the
to standard.
potency. Great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, standard. Ha
Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna do group shoot. Nabane leading, controlled. Great.
It's called Trigun because the guy has 3 guns. He's got all 3 guns
Yep.
like that exist in this world.
Yep.
No, there are a lot of guns. He has 3 specific
Goop
ones.
shoop.
Goof shoop.
4, a 5.
Hold on, I need to actually roll this.
What Gwyneth Paltrow project?
Goop shoop.
Okay, so no stress again, but a mixed success.
Damn, all those dice and no 6s.
But also no stress. I'm not mad.
Yeah,
It's only a
for sure.
controlled effect.
Controlled position.
Controlled position.
Controlled consequences. The word I actually wanted to
Yes,
say.
that is true.
Mm.
So, 2 things. Or no, 3 things here. Okay, so you got a great effect. These things blow up. You have done a good job shooting. You've had your sniper point out, I think, where it is that everyone should shoot. These things go up in a big conflagration. It's messy. There's a lot of screaming. And I think that clears a lot of what you see beyond, which is that this is just still the tip of the spear. There is more on the way, and it is arriving shortly. I'm going to tick the time advance clock. However, the consequence here, I think, is that these roots are still here. These roots are still acting, and they are beginning to wrap their way around the bridge itself.
Bad.
Yes, this can be resisted.
I do want to resist that. What would it be to resist that?
I don't know.
This is a stone bridge. Setting it on fire wouldn't like hurt it that bad, would it?
It's pretty
We're
old.
on it.
And people,
That's
yeah,
true.
a lot of
You're
people
also
that you
on
care
it,
about
yeah.
are on it. Also, I'm going to tick that.
Yeah,
that
I
clock.
guess like I guess I was expecting it that it would come up up from the bottom, up the supports. So like if Kaio poured oil down those and then tried to light it, might help. But if that is not where the roots are coming
I
from, then
mean, it would definitely help the root situation. I wouldn't be able to be held responsible for what else it might do.
Yeah.
That depends on the role, right?
Yeah, let me not. Maybe then, yeah, while everyone's shooting, Kaio, like, last dealt with the roots, so it's like, that's probably not the last of them. That's not how roots work. And is, like, gone back to, tell some rookies, like, watch out with Kaio, hey, watch out for roots on this, so if they're starting to wrap around the bridge, they just kind of, like, hack and poke at them.
That sounds like a resolve.
Sure. I will do that. And I get +1 dice on that for being inured. Okay, sick. So that's 3 dice. Let's go.
And you're protecting others.
Oh,
You are protecting others.
that's true. Do these count as squad mates?
Yeah.
Sick.
squad
That's
mates.
another die.
Sure. Yeah.
Sick. That's another die. All right, 46. Let's go.
Wait, I thought that was -1 stress taken.
No, I have the move backup. When you protect a squad mate, resist with +1 dice.
That's right.
In addition to the trait
Yeah.
kind,
Kaio's
you
so
take
cool.
-1 stress when you resist. Yeah, listen, this is a defense machine. This is what they do.
Mhm.
And we're endgames. We're all pretty powerful now.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Resolve. Resist. What? I will take no stress.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
I rolled a 5.
Very good.
And that's -1.
Let's
because
go.
of your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You whirl
Nice.
around, bark out an order, and like a machine, they begin to just pry these things off.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, what were you saying?
Oh, I just wanted to rules lawyer real quick about how many ticks we have in the people safely cross the bridge clock.
Sure.
Are we 4 of 12?
That was my understanding.
Because I thought that we ticked it twice.
You're
and we
not
got the
filling
2
that
to
clock.
start
That's
with.
just time passing. Nothing about what you're doing
Yeah, we're just,
is like
got it.
enabling
I
them to go
understand now.
faster. That is just a thing that's happening. And that's not even the mission. That's not even the
Got
mission
it.
objective. The mission objective is make sure the never don't cross the bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep them as
Okay, I
far away
understand
as
better now.
possible.
We,
for as
we
long
should
as
have got
possible.
we should have got Suleiman on some sort of biological weapon to fight against Ruin, like some sort of like fungus that would infect all their roots or something.
I think Ruin would love that.
I think that
You can
is a
flash
lot
back.
harder than Black Shot. That's like that's like a whole campaign level project.
Yeah.
I just feel like
the
Suleiman
training
would have
one I'm
liked
not gonna
that.
Finish.
I assume Leomon would have liked that. Aoife, when was the last time you saw Blooming?
I think I saw them when I was a kid. Because I think there was some like weird ritual where Kashravan would have to like go to each of the islands to like bless the new harvest or something like that, or
Mhm.
like introduce like a necessary like new bacteria to the ecosystem, or just some like weird shit like that. Where they would do something to like ordain the environment with their blessing. And I think maybe they came to my village once when I was like 10. But I hadn't seen them since. I was excited to see them at the Omniculum at the beginning of the campaign, but we all know how that went down.
The chosen of the progenitor of life looks really distinct no matter what incarnation they look like. Can you remind us of what that is?
Yeah, before they were broken, they were basically like a naked androgynous person with like long like golden hair that like covered up most of their face and a lot of their body, and they were like usually just kind of positioned in this like weird nest made of like thousands of different plants, and that nest levitated, so that, like
Right.
they had like a nest like throne kind of thing that they would hover in.
The nest is still there, but it is no longer an enclosure. It is no longer a home. It is a prison that trails behind Ruin.
Oh God. That makes sense, because the whole way that like Kashravan worked basically is that like the nest itself was sort of an immortal thing,
Uh-huh.
and the host would constantly like be born out of it. So even though it was like a humanoid figure, it wasn't like born out of like a
Right.
the way a pregnancy normally happens.
Yeah, the way people usually get chosen.
Yeah.
So
So it's this sort of like endless chosen machine.
exactly. And this one is still there. This still sickly but still beautiful figure rising, their torso sticking out of this cluster of black and green roots. But they themselves are 20 feet up in the air, propped up on this enormous slithering bed of roots and branches, each one a leg, an arm, a finger that is growing and dying all at the same time. Moving across the snow, arms splayed out, somewhere across between a slug and an angel. And there are countless Never shambling alongside it. And you can see that there is still more further down the mountain. What do you do? OATHSWORN is an actual play podcast created by
Devin Nelson,
Gavin Frazier,
Chris Allison,
Matthew Guzdial,
and me, Brendan McLeod. All music for the show is created by Devin Nelson. Find it and more at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. Find a link to their music and any of the games that we've played in the podcast description. Follow us at OathSwornPod on Twitter or at OathSwornPodcast.com. If you enjoyed the show, please consider sharing it with a friend or rating us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. Until next time.